Welcome everybody, this is Mike Hamilton on the 20th of June. Just going to do a very quick look at the markets to look at the key markets that are setting up for the week. Right, dollar's crucial because it has impact on commodities and equities. This is the weekly bar, and with the fibs on, you can see we've had 2 weeks of selling and we're closed below the 8 EMA, but the story gets a little bit more complicated if you look at the daily, because we've got a reversal bar just above the 50 EMA. So whereas on the weekly dollar we're only just coming off extreme red RSI, overbought RSI, here on the daily it will already look as if we're retesting the 50 EMA. Now first retest after a break here is ordinarily a bounce and move to the upside, but we've had all this selling and we could just consolidate, just move sideways and then drop. Basically it's an odd week. We've got G20 meeting this week, we've got the UK budget on Tuesday and Fed day on Wednesday, so I think this could be very messy, very sideways, quiet markets for the early part of this week until we get the direction from all this happening. So here we are on the bonds again, bonds just retesting these highs, sellers bar on Friday, but we're still above the 8 EMA. Now if we look at the daily on these equity markets, this is the ES, we're yet to retest the 50%, which is just above, so after this consolidation over the last few days, the 8 might come up here and then we might retest the 50 and the top of this fib zone here. On the other hand, let's look at the Nasdaq. Nasdaq had a reversal bar on Friday, but we've spent 3-4 days above the 50 EMA, particularly if you include the close on Tuesday. So it's a mixed bag. Obviously on the S&P 500 futures, this ES, we need to see a close above 1112 initially. Equally, if we get a close down here between under 1100, then it's very bearish. So really sitting on my hands first part of this week. I've got a short in the FTSE, and I'll talk to you about that in a minute. But in the meantime, here's the oil. I've got this range at 76.57, 78.90. I'm not going to trade this oil until we get a move either side. Otherwise, we're trapped in this narrow range. I need a decision from these markets. Right, let's look at the currencies very quickly. I haven't done any stock scans because of the nature of these markets. I'll do a further video later in the week, Tuesday, Wednesday, once we get a decision. So, Aussie dollar, very strong, above the 50 MA, very strong indeed. CAD, very strong indeed. British pound, hesitant. Very hesitant. I think this 150 is crying out to be retested, but we need to see that dollar fall through the 50 MA, whereas at the moment we've potentially got a reversal bar. So the pound could roll over, but equally it's stuck in a narrow range like oil, waiting for a decision. So I'm not going to trade anything to do with the pound, particularly as there's no key data out until we get that budget out of the way. Right, so I like the CAD pairs. Let's look at the CAD yen. If we get a close above 89, I'm going to try and get a pullback back to this 50 EMA in the CAD. But I'm not doing anything until I get a close above 89. The other one I'm interested in, US dollar CAD has already gone, so the risk reward ratios for shorts is not there for swing trades. And the other one I'm interested in is, let's see, is it the Aussie dollar, US dollar? No, that's got the 200 EMA above it, so not interested in that one. Euro US, not interested. In the weekly chart, we got a lot of resistance at 126, so I'm not going to take that. The US dollar yen, it is trending downwards after this reversal bar up here, but it's very choppy. It's not a clean chart, so I'm not interested. Right, pound Aussie dollar. This is the only other one I'm putting an order in the book tonight for a move back to 170.25. I'm going to have a stop at 172.26. and try and get a move back down to 162. So that's all there is for now. I'll do a further video in a couple of days time. I hope that helps. Email me with any questions.